Winchester family, and welcome to my channel. Today is my weekly plan update video. I was away for a couple of weeks. Last week was 4th of July and I already had plans. I really didn't have time during the week to make my plan update video because I was working and stuff came up. But this week I have some amazing news. First, I got my fertilizer for my orchids. So this is the growing fertilizer. I love it. So far it's doing marvelously. And this is the blooming booster. I got these off Amazon. I will leave an affiliate link in the description below if you want to go check it out. I used this last week because last week was fertilizing week. I fertilized everybody. Everybody was fertilized, and yeah, everybody's really great. So first we're going to start with my aloe plant, then we'll move on to all of my Christmas cactuses because a lot of changes have come up with those guys, and then we'll finally get to my orchids. But first, if you are a new viewer here and you would like to become a Winchester family member, all you have to do is hit that red button down below that says subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you'd never miss a video. So let's get into it. This is my aloe. This is a pretty baby. What I did is it wasn't dirt. I've changed all the soils for my aloe and my Christmas cactuses into this soil. This is a moisture controlled soil by Miracle Grow. I love it because you never have to worry about over watering your plants. It will feed your plants as they need it, which is amazing for me. So this guy is looking good. We have one tall leaf here, and then we have another small leaf growing in right there, which is new to me. I've always had the leaves fall over before a new leaf would grow, but that's not the case with this one. So this one looks really good, nice and green. The leaves are great. You should see the mother plant outside. Their leaves are huge. So now we're going to move on to my Christmas cactuses. So here are a couple. As you can see, this guy's already growing a new leaf. This guy's a little dehydrated, but over the next few weeks, I should be able to change that. So then we have this Christmas cactus. I put in this bin because this is the big guy. And as you can see, it's a little dehydrated, but I'm going to get back into watering it every week or maybe a little bit more, depending. So this guy's a little dehydrated, but I'm going to water it. And with this soil, I won't overwater it. This soil will feed your plant as it is needed. You never have to worry about remembering to water your plant every so often. For me, I water my plant once a week. And then this soil feeds it throughout the week, which is why I love that soil. So now we have this guy. I have 3 of these on this tray here. We got this one. It's doing quite well. This one's not dehydrated at all, which is amazing. So next, we have this guy right here, who's doing quite wonderfully since I switched it to this soil. This is not a normal potting plant. This is the end of a 2-liter bottle, basically. That's what I did. I just took a 2-liter bottle, cut the end off, and put holes in the bottom. That's it. Nothing fancy. And it has worked in the past, so I'm not going to get rid of it yet. So this guy is doing quite well. It's not dehydrated. It has a few ends bitten off because it was outside a few months ago, and the bugs went crazy on it. So I'm like, screw it, you're coming back inside. And then we have this guy over here, who I also changed. I refreshed its soil. This one was always in soil, so this one wasn't in water culture. But look at all the buds getting off this guy, which is why I switched everybody else to soil. The ones that were in water culture, I switched them back to soil because they were not growing as well in water culture for me than in soil, because this guy is growing like crazy. crazy. I see 1, 2, 3. There's lots of new leaves. I can't count them all. There's so freaking many. And I love it so much. Again, I just water these once a week. That's it. The dehydrated ones, I will probably do more than once a week. Maybe twice a week. Every other day or so. So now we're going to move into my orchids. And as you can see, I have new containers. These came Sunday. These came Sunday. So I already put them in here. So they're all set to go. I'm so excited. I love them. These are about 7, 8 inches tall. So not that big, but they're big enough for what I need them for. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy out and show you what has been happening. I've already changed the water. They're not in the fertilized water. I had it for a week. And I think having it in the water for a week, it's a bit too long. So next week I have to find the right balance for them. That's always something I suggest you do, is you find the right balance for your orchids, especially if they're in water culture. Find the right balance for fertilizer and water, always. So we have a leaf right here that's yellowing. This has been yellowing for quite a while. After I first got it, it started yellowing every few weeks or so. So now it's finally saying, I'm going to die. So what you do is you gently pull the leaf until it falls off. Because if you force it off, you're going to have your orchid at high risk of infections, which is what I don't want. So I just pull gently on the leaves until they fall off. So here is my orchid in bloom. As you can see, some of the flowers are falling, but the flower spike is still nice green color, and I still got beautiful flowers on here. So I'm hoping that since I already started with the bloom booster, that it will give me some more buds. The way you can tell if you need to use the growing fertilizer or the bloom booster is if your orchid just has roots and leaves, you just need the grower. If your orchid has a flower spike growing or it's already in bloom, you need to use the bloom booster. And then we have this orchid right here who has been growing quite well without fertilizer. But as you can see, the leaf difference. This one had no fertilizer. This one had a lot of fertilizer. So it was not growing to its potential. I like to say it. I always check the roots every week to make sure they're nice and firm, which I did last night. You just want to feel if they're firm, they're healthy. If they're like mushy and they're a little squishy, they're dead roots, and you need to cut them off where the mushy part is. The way I do it is I just take some shears and a flame. I get it nice and hot, and then I cut it off. So yeah, that is how I cut off the dead roots of my orchids. It's very easy. I love the Phalaenopsis orchids. They're very easy to take care of. They're very easy to find. You can find them basically anywhere. I found this one that's in bloom at a grocery store. It was the best one of the bunch. The others were like dying rapidly. So yeah. So that is it for this week's plant update. I hope you and guys enjoyed getting to know my plants and how I take care of them. And here is the fertilizer I use for my aloe and my Christmas cactuses. Again, every 2 weeks. The same as the orchid fertilizer, every 2 weeks. For me, you're supposed to put a tablespoon in for a gallon. I don't use a whole gallon for my plants, so I use 1/8 tablespoon right there for all of them. And next week, what I'll do is I'll put the fertilizer in, I'll let it stay in there for a day, and then I'll take it out and see how they react to that. And I'm going to need to get more water this week at the grocery store. This is how much water I've left. Not enough for them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys tomorrow.